Hello, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is CryptoSomniac, here to bring you everything crypto related, where the rich never sleep. What I'd like to talk to you today about is SHAPESHIFT and how to use it as a means to change between different cryptocurrencies you have in lieu of an exchange. I also want to talk about Bit 148 and Bit 91 and SegWit coming up August 1st. We have some new news to talk about. But first, let's cover up how to use SHAPESHIFT. So SHAPESHIFT is a website, shapeshift.io, and it allows you to convert between multiple cryptocurrencies. And right now, they've actually added a lot since I used to use this, but you can click the coin that you're wishing to transfer from. And in this example, I'm going to be using Monero, which is down here at the bottom. And I want to transfer from Monero, and it gives you this warning. If you enter a Monero refund address, do not use an address from an exchange or shared wallet that requires a payment ID. Only use a refund address from a wallet you control, which doesn't require a payment ID. So I am going to do that. I'm not going to be using an exchange to do that. I'm going to not receive bit crystals. I don't even know what bit crystals are, but I'm going to receive Bitcoin. Now you can actually convert to a lot of coins here. All you got to do is click this picture and you can see that there are actually loads of coins. In fact, when I used to use this, there were only about 10 or so coins that you could use to transfer. It looks like they have added a lot. Now, why would you want to use SHAPESHIFT? Well, in SHAPESHIFT, you can convert between cryptocurrencies basically without using an exchange. You don't need to create an account here on SHAPESHIFT. It's relatively cheap. There's a small fee, but there would be a fee just like you would use on an exchange. And like I said, you don't need to sign up for anything. It's very easy to convert between cryptocurrencies, and it doesn't require signing up. Additionally, there are other options besides SHAPESHIFT, but SHAPESHIFT is without a doubt the most simple. It asks you for the bare minimums, such as the amount and the address, and that's basically all it asks for. You don't need anything else to go through it. So allow me to show you through this demonstration. I am going to click quick. Now the difference between quick and precise here is that quick allows you to submit a certain amount of Monero or Ethereum or Bitcoin, whatever you want to deposit, and it will automatically convert it to its associated amount in Bitcoin or whatever else you have selected to receive. Precise, you have to select the exact amount that you want to send. Like if you want to send 1.5 Monero, you would click 1.5 Monero, and it actually gives you a slightly better fee or a slightly better rate actually if you're to use precise. So I'd recommend using precise, but quick just allows you to send a message from or send an amount from one account, and it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a certain amount. You just have to stay within the limits that they give you. So I'll go through both. So let's hit continue. Your Bitcoin address. So this is the address that you want to send the Bitcoin after it's converted. So I'm going to use my Coinbase account as an example. So I will get my Bitcoin address from here, copy that, and what you'll do is you'll come back to SHAPESHIFT, you'll paste that in here, and then your Monero refund address. Now this is required so that in case there's an accident or in case there's a blip in the system, they can actually refund you your Monero address. I've actually had very good success with SHAPESHIFT. There was actually one time where I accidentally messed up the transaction and it didn't go through. I was able to email support and they very quickly responded and refunded me my Monero. And I was quite happy because it was a large amount of money. So SHAPESHIFT is very good, at least in that regard. I have used their support. I've contacted them before and they were able to help me. So your Monero refund address. So I'm going to use the Monero GUI, and I can get my Monero receive address, which is in the receive tab, and just I think I hit copy there and that works. Paste that. Let me just double check. CPG 49 in the beginning. Yep, that looks good. And then hit agree to terms. And then you don't really need to use this if you're going to be sending money from here often. You can hit reusable address. Additionally, up here you can see the deposit minimum in XMR, which unfortunately it looks like I am below the threshold. So I'm going to go back and try precise and see if that works. But if I were able to do this, you could deposit between a minimum of that and a maximum of that. And the miner fee is 0.002 Bitcoin. And you can see the rate up here at the top. 1 XMR gets you about 0.015 Bitcoin. So I'm actually going to hit back and I'm going to go with precise. Now you'll see the difference here. So if I hit continue and I still needed a minimum deposit of 0.25, so allow me to send more Monero to my account, and I'll pick this up in just a moment. Okay, now my wallet has finally got 0.3 Monero in it, so I should be able to walk you through the rest of this. I decided to switch this to Ethereum just because Ethereum currently confirms on the blockchain a little bit faster, so hopefully we can see this all in one swoop right here. So I'm going to go to Coinbase and grab my Ethereum address, and this would be the same if you were doing Bitcoin or whatever other coin you wanted. You would just copy the address from whatever wallet you're sending it to, and let's go ahead and do quick. So again, you'll see all the marks up here for the different fees and the deposit minimum, and now the deposit minimum seems to have changed on me. I don't know, whatever. So your Ethereum address, I paste that in. The Monero refund address, I'm going to get over from here, from the receive tab. I'm going to copy that, paste that in, I agree. And again, you can check that if you want, and then you hit start transaction. Now it brings us to this screen, which has several information on it, several pieces of information. The first is the address, so you'll copy that, and then you will go to the send tab over here. We will do address here, payment ID, which is this number here. Now this is only required for Monero. If I were to do anything else, you wouldn't have a payment ID. Payment ID is just the unique way that Monero works. It helps with transaction, sort of like signature. Monero is a very private cryptocurrency, and it's just a way for SHAPESHIFT to basically keep track of the transactions. And we will do let's say medium fee here, and we will send the amount of, it says send up to this amount, send at least this amount. So we will send, let's just say we'll send 0.1 and hit send. Now it says the money was sent successfully, and we go back to here, and it says pending transaction and awaiting exchange. So basically that means my money made it over, and I will resume this video when it's done completing. And just after a few minutes of waiting, there you have it. So what it provides you is a button to see it on the blockchain, so you can go ahead and open that, and you'll be able to see your transaction on the blockchain with the timestamp and all the related info that it gives you there. I'm just going to exit out of that because I don't really need that. But you can also copy down the order details just in case anything went wrong. We'll confirm that it went through if I go to my Coinbase account, and let me go to the dashboard. It should come up as a pending transaction, and down here you can see received the Ethereum, only $2.42, or the equivalent of just about 1/10 of an Ether. So that pretty much covers it. I will go back and I'll just show you what a precise transaction looks like. So if I were to hit precise and we hit continue, it actually wants you to type in the amount that you'll be depositing as opposed to submitting an arbitrary amount and it automatically converting it for you. Now you do get a slightly better rate if you do this. So you could just type in, say you want to deposit 1 Bitcoin, and then it will automatically populate how much you'll get and the current rate for 1 Bitcoin. And just like before, you'll paste in your Ethereum address, the Bitcoin refund address in case of an error, and hit agree to terms and start the transaction. And that would look very similar. You would get a pop-up that says send your money to this address, and you would send your money, and the exchange would take a couple minutes to process, and then it would go through. So this is good, again, if you do not want to use an exchange to transfer money. Initially, I was hesitant to sign up on an exchange. This was months and months ago, but for the longest time I didn't have an exchange, and my only way to convert between cryptocurrencies was using SHAPESHIFT. Again, you don't need to sign up for an account or anything, so it's very convenient at least in that facet. Now, I cover how to do all of this. I show you how to go onto an exchange and set up an account and shift through money that way in my cryptocurrency investment course. Right now it's on Udemy for only $10. You can get early access to the course if you purchase it now. What you get is basically a step-by-step guide that shows you everything that you need to know in cryptocurrency. I cover the history of cryptocurrency, what blockchain technology is, everything that you need to know to catch up to speed and get involved in the crypto space, since a lot has happened already. I show you how to get set up with a wallet on Coinbase, I show you how to deposit money into your account and purchase Bitcoin. I show you how to transfer that to the exchange and convert it into other cryptocurrencies, how to buy and sell. I show you how to protect your money, which I think is important for a lot of us. I show you how to keep it safe in an offline wallet, cold storage wallets, paper wallets, the whole 9 yards. And I show you how to invest, or I show you how to research coins rather. I show you how to how to spot a good coin from a bad coin. I show you how to read the charts and when to find an optimal entry point. I show you how to invest if you're a short-term trader or a long-term trader. I cover all that and much more in the course. Right now, again, you can get it for just $10. Additionally, you'll get exclusive access to the Facebook group, to the Telegram chat. And I want to stress that this is not a pump and dump group. I don't post, for lack of a better word, shit coins that you should go and buy. It's really meant to just foster a community of other people who purchase the course and really just spread information. It also allows me to stay in contact with you guys in the event that I'm not able to roll out a video immediately. Sometimes it takes a while to render these videos and get them out. So if that's something that interests you, please take a look at the link in the description below. I'll provide a link for that. I also want to talk about, while we're here, BIP91 and BIP148 and the early signaling for SegWit basically. So in my video yesterday I went over this chart, and for those of you who didn't catch that video, just real quickly, this is a great chart that shows what's going on with SegWit. Now we have support, a lot of support for BIP91. So if the miners reach 80% consensus, BIP91 will happen, and what will happen is SegWit will lock in and it'll activate on the network 2 weeks later. There's a website here that I want to point out that basically shows you what the consensus is. Right here on this website called xbt.eu, we have a user-activated soft fork BIP148 sort of countdown, and we can see basically the percentage of miners who are signaling for BIP91, which currently stands at 77%. What we need is for them to lock in for basically 336 consecutive blocks, and it takes roughly 10 minutes or so to confirm a block, and you could do the math to see how long that actually is. But again, this is just an interesting website that shows you what the signal it basically is, the percentage of the miners signaling for SegWit. Additionally, how is that going to affect the price? I basically cover all that in my previous video. I think this is a good thing for Bitcoin. I think increasing the transactions, being able to process per day, it is a good thing. And I think the sooner we can get over this hump, the sooner we can get out of the fear and the uncertainty. It detracts major investors from wanting to invest and store their value and money in Bitcoin. It's, you know, no one's sure what's going to happen. So I think in general, this will be better just placed behind us. I think it is good to implement SegWit. I think we won it. I think it is a good thing overall. And I think you're going to see the value of Bitcoin increase a lot over the next few months if we're able to get over this hump and have SegWit implemented. I think seeing a $5,000, a $10,000, even a $500,000 Bitcoin like John McAfee had proposed or tweeted about last night, I don't think is unreasonable. I think that very well could happen.
Oh, also before I forget, I just wanted to ask you guys if you happen to know anything about a Bitcoin lottery. Is it legal to host a Bitcoin lottery? What I'd like to do is actually hold a lottery that lasts for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, and have you guys each send like a buck or two, you know, whoever wants to participate. And what I'll do is I'll randomly select a person to basically win the pool. So if you guys know anything about that, I tried to Google it, and I wasn't able to find anything that said it was illegal. And I don't want to do anything that is illegal. I want to make sure, you know, we're abiding by the rules here. So let me know if you guys know anything about that.
So that's going to cover it for today. If I could ask you guys just a quick favor, if you enjoyed what you listened to today, please give me a thumbs up. What that does, it shows other people in the community that this was an interesting video to watch. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I make these videos daily to inform you about what the crypto market is doing and what's going on. And it just shows support for me, and it shows me that what I'm doing is good. And additionally, if you have any comments, I think most importantly, if you have comments or questions, leave them in the description below. I respond to questions on all the platforms I'm on. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Steemit, Reddit, Twitter, you name it. Just leave the questions below in the comment box, and I'll be happy to answer them. I'm happy to make videos going over the things that you guys are confused and concerned about. And yeah, I just want to help you guys stay informed and stay on top of things. So until next time, have a fantastic day, guys.